What's up, what's up, what's up? Just the future JP in the house. Okay, this is a, how can I say it? Well, I'll just talk about Venice and what I liked about Venice. We have a closed, what is it, site for Venice people only, and on Facebook, and it was a question asking why do I love Venice, or why do we love Venice? So I'm put this up on YouTube for a couple of reasons. Anyway, the reason I love Venice was Venice, California, was the only black neighborhood I lived in where I didn't have to fight or get harassed. Well, I wouldn't say harassed, but I didn't have to get into physical fights every day. When I was in Michigan, it was like you're fighting every day. It was always something going on, and I did live in Inglewood for a few months and got in a few fights over there. But Inglewood, there were some nice people in Inglewood. I'm not saying that a lot of people were bad or anything, but it was very nice people, very nice black men, black women, fathers, mothers that I've met, people my age, some older, But then you had those ones that just so and I want to apologize to one of my friends out there. Got into a fight and I bit him. I don't know what I was thinking about. I just don't like fighting people in the neighborhoods. I got tired of that in Detroit, growing up there till we moved to LA, and that was when I was 11. It was like every day something was going on. It was tiring, and me and my brother, when we moved to Venice, we promised not to date any of the women, just so there won't be any jealousies, so we don't get into any more fights, because it was just terrible. But all I could say is Venice was the one place where I think I got into one fight in Venice. I did get into a fight in Venice, but it was with someone who wasn't from Venice, and that was just always some jealousy stuff. It was real stupid though, and I did get punched in the jaw twice. And once was because I was with this one friend who was always in Venice, and I don't know, he was getting sweated a lot, but I guess one day he just said something to the wrong person, and I knew who the person was, and the dude got mad and just swung at him, and I was like, oh, what should I do? And so I just stood in front and took the punch for him, but everything cooled off after that. And then another one I got punched for some other reason, but I'm not going to say that. But anyway, that was it. But I got punched for a reason that wasn't a reason, and then instead of just fighting and stuff because I got punched, and the reason I got punched was because of something else, instead of just following through and fighting and stuff, I just said, oh, forget, I wasn't gonna fight. And then later everything was straightened out. But the guy that punched me, I saw he was like, well, they told me what happened, but I'm not gonna apologize to you. And I was like, whatever, and I was like, whatever, but it was cool. I ain't gonna worry about that. It wasn't nothing compared to Detroit. Oh my God, it was like every day something was going on. Anyway, that's what I loved about Venice. And then another thing I loved about Venice was my friends, their parents. Well, this was almost everywhere, but in Venice it happened a lot, because I guess it was probably the only black neighborhood that I stayed in for the longest period of time. And I would go to my friends' homes and visit them, and their mothers or fathers would just start lecturing me. I guess they would tell me the things they want to tell their own kids, but I guess their own kids wouldn't listen, or always were not at home or whatever. So they just started dropping all this knowledge and stuff on me, and I was like, wow, because I lived only in a one-parent home, my mom, and she dropped a lot of knowledge on me too. But it was just really interesting. Every time I go to someone's house, hi Ralph, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Hello Ralph, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. But all I will say is I got a chance to meet some wonderful parents and some wonderful fathers and grandfathers, and I want to make a shout out to two of them, Mr. and Mrs. Lee. They used to own these apartments on Broadway between 5th and 6th Street, and them two were, wow, really, really, really wonderful. At first, they both told me the truth, what they first thought about me and what kind of person they thought I was, and then later on they realized I wasn't that type of person. But I laughed at it because that happened to me all the time, And but they were really wonderful, and I got a chance to talk to both of them before they passed on and left the rest of us here and went to heaven. And then the next door neighbor, Mr. Woods, and he was really nice to me and nice to my brother, and I really missed him. And it was funny because I had moved to Cleveland when I turned 18, and I was there for like 9 months, and when I came back, I guess he was married by the time I came back. And this was the police. They're always flashing their lights when they drive me around, to let you know they're coming so you can stop doing what you're doing. Wait till they pass by and they can start again. Okay, anyway, I had came back, and he told me that had I not left, he would have, because when I came back, he was already married again, right? But he told me that he wanted to give me his house, and if I wouldn't have left or told him I was leaving, he would have asked me to move in his house, and he would have gave me his house, and let me have the house instead of, whatever happened to it now. I guess it's all gone. But it was just weird. But I had a really good time. I got time to spend with Mr. Lee before he passed, and Mrs. Lee when she was in a hospital. She I just was up there, and she wanted to speak to me. So, really, that was a really honor, So last time I saw her too, and Mr. Lee, I got a chance to stay with him and watch over him and clean his house and stuff. Like something like a house sitter or something like that. And I was in his house. I still pay rent and stuff, but it was cool. And just a lot of other people. Carl, who used to live on apartments off of on Lincoln, right close to on 6th Street. Him and other people in the apartment buildings, and all over Venice. It was just really wonderful. Great time. And then my friends, one thing that was really strange about Venice was it was the only neighborhood I went to where the guys didn't say, "Yo, where you from? What you doing?" Nobody didn't put a knife to my back and tried to rob me, cause that happened when I was in Inglewood and stuff, I was like, wow, this dude. My dude, I was like, what you doing? He was tripping and stuff. I had money, but I didn't give it to him, but he didn't check, so I was real angry, though. Oh, my God. But anyway, it's supposed to be good stuff. But anyway, nothing happened like that, I lived in the Armstrong's place and on Indiana, and I would just, in the morning, I would walk to the Venice Circle, catch the bus. When I finished, I walk home, and Indiana, do my homework, and I would see people, and nobody said anything. I was surprised. I was just waiting for a long time, and nobody just didn't. I walked to Oakwood Park and play ball, no one didn't say anything. How you doing? What's your name? Where you from? Not even where you from, just what's your name, what school you go to. I'll go to Uni High, it wasn't no, let's join the gang and we're going to beat you up, or nothing like that. I was like, wow, it's just really, really amazing. But later on, I did start hanging out with some friends. I had, I think, like 7, 8, maybe like 11 best friends, out of Venice. Real cool people. I was adventurous hanging out with them, I end up, one dude, oh man, I just got to make a part 2. But, I'm not going to make a part for 2, but I should. But anyway, yeah, it was great living out there. The beach was there, walked right down to the beach, and talked to the girls. Like, that was during that time when I was 18. I was 18. I went to the beach one day and talked to like 40 women in one day. That was fun. I didn't get any numbers. I wasn't trying to get any numbers, but it was fun though. I'm out. Peace.